All right, here we go. So I put up part 3 of this last night and recorded it last night as well. I've listened back to it since. Apologies, the audio pretty rough. I think I got it set better. I thought I was doing better with it last video, but apparently I made it worse. Hopefully it is better this video, but thank you guys for I didn't even know how many views or anything I was getting until after I put up that third part, but thank you for watching those first couple of parts. Got a lot of attention. I'm trying to, and I'm speaking this out just so I don't get caught in this, but I'm trying to just do this stuff for fun and not do it for views and stuff. But I mean, the views is definitely like, it's cool, right? I've tried doing this for views before, just went up going really wrong headspace with it. So, but yeah, just thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for some of the new subscribers and stuff. I know it's not much, but it means something to me. Okay, let's get this party going, shall we? The servant's eyebrow twitches. He isn't even bothering to hide his dissatisfaction with me. I wonder if it's because of the half-baked summoning. You think? You want to clarify who serves whom? At least you know how to run your mouth, even if you failed at everything else. Sure, I agree with that opinion. We ought to make clear who's strong and who's weak, or else it'll make the dynamic difficult. This dynamic difficult. The servant eyes me meaningfully, still relaxing on the rubble of my living room. Who's weak? Yeah, I'm a servant, and I'll acknowledge that I serve my summoner. But that's only how it is on paper, wouldn't you say? We still need to establish who's superior, and whether you're worthy to fight alongside. On that point, are you a mage worthy of my service, little girl? The servant smirks. He's got an attitude. I mean, granted, he's upset about the, bad summoning. I don't know how that would affect him, but maybe that'll be explained. First he destroys my house and acts like he's king of the castle, and now he has the nerve to ask whether I'm worthy? I didn't ask for your opinion. I only asked if you're my servant or not. I repeat myself, stealing his gaze, or my gaze. I'm not going to back down from his this condescending jerk. Oh, I see. You won't even deign to answer such an obvious question. At least you've got spirit. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Like I said, I will say, between these two, I'm more convinced by the summoned positioned. Like I said, you're getting ahead of yourself. It's the summoner's duty to confirm the first. Now answer me, are you my servant or not? I step forward aggressively, ready to pounce depending on his answer. Such a stubborn girl. We'll get nowhere at this rate. Very well. For discussion's sake, let's assume that I am your servant. In that case, are you my master? Hypothetically speaking, of course. Obviously, you're the servant I summoned, so who else would it be? I glare at this rude man, giving my seething head a moment to cool down. Oh? Well, I suppose I would be, hypothetically. Then, where's the proof that you're my master? The servant blithely asks, smirking all the while. He's clearly trying to goad me with these questions into losing my temper. Right here, this proves that I'm your master. Oh, the pendant? I show him the command spells on my right hand. Okay, I thought trying to show the pendant. What happened to the pendant? Don't think I was born yesterday. Father's told me enough that I know what command spells are, at least. Good enough for you yet? Any other complaints? I thrust the symbols at him in challenge, but the lounging servant rolls his eyes. Are you serious right now, girl? His face darkens, looking even more disgruntled. What do you mean? I'm talking about the way you think. Command spells automatically make you my master. They're merely tools to compel a servant. I can't believe you think flaunting some symbols is enough to play master. What I want to see is whether you deserve my loyal service. That makes sense, but normally you'd think of command spells if someone asked for proof. You're a master, right? What? You think I'm unqualified to be your master? I wish that were the case, but unfortunately, your command spells show that you summoned me. As hard as it is to believe, you appear to be my master. He shrugs in mock exhaustion. Mock execution? No. Uh-oh. I've reached my boiling point, and I'm not going to cool down in time. I'm hardly satisfied, but I'll concede... excuse me. But I'll concede the point. For now, you're my master, but I have conditions. I'm not going to do what you say. Isn't that the whole point of servant master, is you do what the master says? I'll decide the direction of battle, and you'll act as I see fit. So, we're servant and master, but so long as I'm, in definition, the master. This is the greatest concession I can give you. I'm sure you don't mind, girl. My house is still falling apart on me as we're talking. Let's, not move to a more comfortable spot. Let's just let the house crash down on us. Sorry, father. I'm at my limit. Okay, you're saying you'll recognize me even though you don't like it, but you'll ignore my opinions. Aren't you supposed to be my servant? I ask in a trembling voice. After our spat over the command spells, this is my last desperate attempt at dialogue. And yet, yes, tactically. Therefore, I will obey you, in theory. But I'm the one who'll be fighting. You can just hide underground in your house and behave until the Holy Grail War is over. I mean, I don't know the functions of the Holy Grail War. I've seen Fate Zero. And usually... Hold on, I'm trying to think. Did the person usually come along with their summon? I don't remember. I don't know if that's important. And I don't know if it's like... If the summon dies, I don't know if the summoner dies. Okay. That way, even a novice like you will survive. He's looking down on me, declaring that he expects nothing from me. Did I make you angry? Of course. I respect your position. I was summoned to bring my master victory after all. My victories will belong to you, as will any spoils of war. You hardly have anything to complain about. I mean, he is kind of offering to do all the heavy lifting. That's not an awful position to be in. Oh. You can't even use those command spells. Just leave the rest to me and worry about your own skin. I've had it with you! Fine, if that's how it's going to be, then I'll use him. Oh, okay. Well, Anfang. No more mercy. I've got nothing else left for a jackbutt like this. Is there an equivalent to JA without, saying JA? What? Don't tell me. It's exactly what you're thinking, you dirtbag. Vertrag, I hereby invoke my command spell, Einir Nagel Einus Gestis, in accordance with the laws of the Holy Grail. Einus Verberaken, bind my servant in absolute obedience. Wait. Have you lost your mind, master? Who would waste a command spell on something like this? Shut up! You're my servant. Get it? That means you absolutely have to do what I say. She does have a temper. I mean, I get it. That's the way things are supposed to be, but like, he is offering to do the heavy lifting. The emblem on my right hand aches. 3 command spells. They allow a master to issue 3 unbreakable commands to their servants. Did you even think this through? If you use a command spell in such a vague order... Ugh, it's too late to whine now. I didn't expect this to happen either. I want to die of self-loathing. Girl, you're the one that messed it up. Good for you. I can't believe I just burned one of my precious command spells on a petty squabble. Also, I think the vagueness of it will greatly affect his ability to, like, do anything. You're gonna have to be like, pick the left foot up, walk forward 1 step, walk forward another step, and so on and so forth. After that, I retreated from the ruins of the parlor and went to my bedroom. Did he just disappear into thin air? He's stalking you? What's going on? Before me stands the servant whom my command spells compelled absolute obedience from. Okay, so he's not just disappeared. Supposedly, anyway. Got what is... I'm sorry. The art... you can't see my cursor right now, but the way that, like, the side of his face scrungles in... scrungle? Is that the right word? Scrunches? Squishes? Whatever. It looks a little funky. Early 2000s art, anime art, got some funky stuff going on for it. I see. I more or less have you figured out, Master. Who would call this absolute obedience? Just to be clear, do you understand how critical the command spells are, Master? Sure I do. They let me order my servant around 3 times. What about it? Listen, command spells let you force a servant into action. You can use them not only to stop actions, but also strengthen actions. Oh, so basically a big buff we just throw out the window. For example, normally I can't come to you instantly from a distant location, but if you order me to with your command spell, it's possible, as long as it is something that is attainable with our magical energies. How many command spells do I get? 3, right? Everybody else, that's a big debuff. If everybody else also has 3. That's what the power of force compliance means. Not even we servants can resist. Your command spells are 3 crystallizations of grand magecrafts that can make us overcome our bodily limits, though you're down to 2 now. I know that. So what? I still have 2 more, and it's not like the first order was wasted on you. You're right. I did miscalculate. The more vague an order is, the more the power of a command spell diminishes. Oh, so I just blew it. So it may not even work the way that I want it to. They're weaker on long-lasting broad commands, like protect me until the end, or win this war for me. The compulsion will be sustained, but there will be servants who can resist the minor pain of disobedience. So he can still be disobedient. He just is going to find it uncomfortable. On the other hand, singular commands like unleash your next attack at all costs, or do not break that glass are absolute, and even powerful servants will find it difficult to defy them. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, Master? Yes. You're saying that vague commands are pointless. If the effect and restriction are both weak, then servants can act against their command spells. It's better to use them on a simple, straightforward order rather than something abstract. That's correct. A command spell is meant to cause miracles beyond our own means. It's unforgivably foolish to spend them on a task that can be executed by other means. That goes doubly for the way you used it earlier. You could have verbally persuaded me to obey you, and even 100 command spells would have failed to enforce absolute obedience. So you're saying it was all for nothing? Yes, he's repeated that multiple times. You even said it yourself, it was pointless. You're dumb. Normally, that would be the case, but it appears that you are an outstandingly talented mage. So you're such a screw-up mage that you messed up this summon, but you're also an amazing mage who I have to listen to. Which is it? Is he shocked or happy? My servant's lips twitch upward, even as he sighs. By outstanding, you mean? Hang on, tell me honestly what your condition is like right now. The implication dawns on me, and I ask him eagerly. That was my miscalculation. Your command should have resulted in a change of heart that would make me want to respect your opinion slightly more. But I can feel a strong compulsion from your every word. If I voice an objection, let me think. It's as if my defiance would weaken me. Okay. So, maybe talented wasn't the right word in translation, but maybe strong, like my spell has a very strong presence despite how vague it is. So that means my more specific commands are going to be like zap, you know, really, really, really strong commands. In other words, my body will grow heavy, making it difficult to move if I defy my master's will. My servant shrugs and oh my gosh, we're gonna get this line right, I promise. My servant shrugs in resignation. There we go. Thank you. So he's saying that my command spell wasn't a waste, but an actual benefit. Benefit for you. Because if he has to start going off of instinct and the instinct goes against your command, that could be pretty bad. He's still being as sarcastic as ever, so it doesn't seem to have had any effect. Sarcastic as ever, like we've known each other for longer than 20 minutes. Besides, even if he's weakened, I doubt even 10 of me could resist if he decided to rebel against me. In terms of physical strength, yeah, he's got those rippling pectoral muscles, if you know what I mean. Allow me to retract my previous statement, Master. You may be young, but you are a superior mage. It was my mistake for underestimating you as a child and trying to keep you out of the fight. I apologize for my rudeness. I don't know if he's doing this because we compelled him to, though. But he's being respectful now. The servant straightens his posture and gives me a formal bow. Oh, okay, very nice. Wait, hold on. I know we said a lot of things to each other, but it's not like we need to make up after. Is that so? Good. I'm glad you're so understanding. Awfully quick on the uptake, aren't you? I indeed miscalculated, but this must be what they call a happy accident. I have no qualms bringing a mage of your talents into the war. Huh? Is this his roundabout way of saying I'm a strong master? So you'll recognize me as your master even without the command spells? Of course. I was still getting my bearings after the summoning earlier, but we're now completely connected. You know, you totally whiffed that one spell, which turned out to be good, even though I said initially that you whiffed it. We're all good now. As a mage, you should be able to feel the bond of our impact. The bond of our pact. Our pact? Now that he mentions it, something feels weird about my body. Oh, this is like, if you know Wheel of Time, I bet this feels like the way that warders feel towards their Aes Sedai. Would be a similar way, like the way that bonding feels in that universe. It's as if my closed-off nerves are now connected to the outside. Okay, never mind. Maybe similar, but at least the description may be a little different in feeling. Specifically, I can feel a portion of my magical energy flowing to the man before me. Oh, the Holy Grail calls the servants, but masters keep them in the world. Yes, that's your power as master. You supply your servant with magical energy so that they can remain in the world. And my supply is adequate. I have concerns about your inexperience, but your powers make up for it. A common mage would probably faint the second they summon a servant, yet you're standing here, full of life. Considering the command spell you used earlier, your energy capacity unquestionably makes you a master of the finest caliber. But flattery won't get you anywhere, baka. Not at all tsundere energy whatsoever. I break eye contact out of embarrassment. Well, I didn't see this coming. I know the command spell is making him obey me, but still, this superhuman servant is sincerely acknowledging me as his master. So, which servant are you? I clear my head and return to business. I looked up for the last thumbnail I made, so I kind of spoiled this for myself. I didn't know what servant type he was, but he's about to say. You can't tell by looking? Very well then. Take it all back. He's definitely making fun of me. Fine. Then I'm asking you as your master. Hey, aren't you a saber? Unfortunately, I'm not equipped with a sword. Yeah, he don't got a sword on him. I suspected as much. When all's said and done, nope, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. If you can put 2 and 2 together, good on you. When all's said and done, I got the time wrong, my summoning circle didn't do its job, and my servant was spat out into some random room. It was far too sloppy of a ritual to summon the strongest servant, Saber. Is Saber, like, always guaranteed to be the strongest? I really botched it this time. I'll never live down failing to pull Saber after spending that many gems. It's like real-life gacha. Magical gacha. Sorry, I'm not Saber. Huh? Well, sure, it's a painful mistake, but I'm the only one who screwed up. Yes, I bet you think Archer is in a very attractive class. Alright, I'll make you eat those words. When the time comes, I won't be taking any apologies. What? What a surprise. The unidentified servant seems to be sulking. Maybe my fixation on Saber offended him. He has a little blush thing going on for him too. That is, you know, kind of odd for his character, or what you would initially think for his character. That strike a nerve, Archer. So, does he have like a name, or is he just Archer? Because Archer's his role. But, like, I know with, like, Saber, a lot of times the Saber that is usually summoned is Author. So I'm assuming he would also have something, right? It did. Just you watch. I'll show you how lucky you are to have me. Archer retorts with a sidelong glance. He has a really spiteful air about him, but that reaction felt somehow childish and free of malice. You know, he might be a pretty decent guy. Okay. Make sure I regret what I said, Archer. I'll apologize from the bottom of my heart if so. She is such a tsundere. Oh my gosh. You better remember that, Master. You'll be grateful once you learn how capable I am. Of course, an apology might not satisfy me at that point. Oh, what would satisfy you, big boy? Archer huffs, even as his lips twist into a grin. Oh yeah, this one's got a rotten personality. I like him. I like him a lot. Fine. Anyway, your heroic spirit. So, where's your legend originally from? Yes, this is the kind of thing I wanted to get into. Archer doesn't answer. His sardonic expression is replaced by a deepening frown. Okay, hold on. Field trip time. I don't know what sardonic means. Sardonic. Grimly, mocking, or cynical. Okay. I learned something new. There we go. Alright, his sardonic expression is replaced by a deepening frown. Archer, your master just asked you a question. It's a secret. What? I can't tell you where I'm from because... Hey, I'll get mad if you give me such a lame excuse. Well, hold on. OBS minimized for me. Let me pull it back up. Oh, nope. Google, go away again. Well... Gosh, what? No, what is going on? Alright, sorry. Is it pulling up? There we go. Sweet. Okay. Well... There's that face again. Archer opens and closes his mouth as if he's having trouble voicing an uncomfortable truth. Because... I don't know. Oh! Amnesia? Wait, what? Huh? Are you making fun of me again? I don't mean to insult you, but it must be because of the imperfect summoning. My memories are jumbled. I know who I am, but my name and origins are a haze. So I know who I am except for all the parts that make me who I am. Still, it isn't valuable information, so there's no need for concern. Of course I'm concerned. If I don't know which heroic spirit you are, then how am I supposed to know how strong you are? And what's the problem? That's a trivial question. There you go again. How am I supposed to form a strategy if I can't tell how strong my partner is? We can't fight a war like this. I mean, he can maybe do some like demonstrations of strength for you. Nani? What do you mean? I'm the servant that you summoned. Naturally, that makes me the strongest. I mean, that would be good correlation. I don't know if the causation is all there. The Crimson Knight fixes me with a gaze full of confidence and trust. What? My brain grinds to a halt. There's no deception in Archer's words. He's sincerely giving me more credit than I deserve, even though we've just met. My cheeks are burning. You blushing? She is a tsundere, tsundere, tsundere. Alright. Also, do I need to explain what a tsundere? No, I'm not going to explain what a tsundere is. You can look that up. I'm blushing. Oh, wait, I already said that. Surprise attacks like this tend to be my weakness. Fine then. At least nobody else knows who you are. They say you have to fool your allies to fool your enemies. I turn away from Archer to hide my embarrassment. I'm sure I'll figure out in due time what sort of servant he is anyway. For now, we have other priorities. Okay, I won't ask about your identity for the time being. I'll just stare you up and down and wish you were mine, even though you can't really be mine. Okay, thank you, Brain, for that one. Then, Archer, here's your first job. Jumping straight to it, are we? Guess you're an aggressive type. Really, haven't gathered that by now. Her, wasting a command, well, quote-unquote wasting a command immediately, impulsively. Where's the... Before he can say enemy, I toss a broom and dustpan at him. No, don't turn this guy into your maid. Don't do that to him. He did not sign up for this. He signed up for war, not to sweep, not to be your butler. Go clean up the mess you made downstairs. Yeah, a broom is really gonna put back those rafters back up. It's really gonna put that wall that had caved in on itself. Gonna throw that back up with that broom. Oh, okay. A few seconds passed in stunned silence. I'd be stunned too! When Archer finally regains his senses, he grips the broom indignantly. Wait, what exactly do you think a servant is? A familiar, right? A little uppity and hard to deal with, though. Archer cuts himself off. I have no intention of letting him off, and if he tries to weasel out of it, I still have a card to play. I object. I refuse to... Are you sure? This is a direct order from your master. I thought you said you'd feel weighed down if you went against me. It's too bad if that's too much for you to handle, but the penalty will continue until the parlor is clean. You know, won't that pose a risk to you when we start fighting tomorrow? He stands there for several more seconds with broom in hand, grumbling under his breath. And so, the archer in the red mantle closes his eyes. Understood. Go to hell, master. Alright, see you there, buddy. And gracefully accepts my order. Now then, it's getting late, so I should rest. I can decide how to deal with him once I wake up. A fateful day draws to a close. No, rather, my fate was shaped by this night. That makes 6, including me. Once the 7th and final master summons their servant, the Holy Grail War of this generation will begin. In the not-so-distant future, the battle I've been waiting 10 long years for is about to commence. Oh, right, because your dad at the very beginning set you up for this. New day! February 1st. Nigetsu... something, I don't know. Ichi something, Ichihi. I feel like that's wrong. The Holy Grail War. We got real sad all of a sudden. Hear that piano in the background? It's a grand ritual that's been repeated for hundreds of years. A fight to the death between 7 participants, of which only one can survive. It's said that a Holy Grail exists in the land of Yuki, and that a number of mages fought over it in the past. Their one and only objective was to obtain the relic and called the Holy Grail. However, the Grail's origins are unclear. We're sure it isn't the chalice that held the blood of God, but its power is fearsome enough to be compared to the genuine article. That's right. They say the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one person can possess it. The Holy Grail can only grant one wish for one person. Despite that, 7 mages are needed to summon the Grail to this land. Why? Okay, hear me out. I know this would kind of defeat the whole purpose of, like, the whole series, but why start it to begin with? Why start the Holy Grail War to begin with? Why do we need this one miracle? Well, okay, I guess greed. Everybody's in it for their own reasons, yada yada. So, as you might imagine, it was only a matter of time before they started fighting over the Grail. Like so many conflicts, it started as a competition over property rights. The 7 mages equally used the power of the Holy Grail to summon their respective familiars, then do battle over the Grail itself. Only one mage can obtain the Grail. As a result, 7 people who started as colleagues ended up in a ferocious battle to the death. That's the gist of the ritual known as the Holy Grail War, a struggle for ownership between mages. The mages chosen by the Holy Grail are called Masters, who use the blessing of the Grail to acquire powerful familiars known as servants. Alright. We're flashing a little too quickly for me to be able to read those. 2 things serve as proof that one has become a master: the summoning and command of a servant, and the mark of command spells that compel the servant's servitude. The first goes without saying. The archer I summoned yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be exact, is Rin Tosaka's servant. As for the second, a master must closely guard the command spells that control one's servant. This is probably the most critical aspect of being a master. When I summoned Archer, symbols appeared on my right hand, namely command spells. I'm guessing the mark up and down is one, the circles are then another 2. I'm trying to get through this. I need to leave soon. Stigmata bestowed by the Holy Grail upon the summoning of a servant that mark one's new status as a master. A massive amount of magical energy is compressed into these seals, whose power is fleeting rather than long-lasting. They disappear once they're used, and as their shape suggests, each mark represents a single use. In other words, one only gets 3 shots. You only get 1 shot. I don't know the words to that song. I immediately thought of Eminem. Didn't know how to quote the rest of it. A master who has used up all 3 command spells can no longer control a servant and is as good as dead. Therefore, command spells must be handled with care until the end, since they're as valuable as one's own life. It pains me to no end that I burned one right off the bat, but it wasn't a total waste, so I'll chalk it up as a win. After all, a servant could turn on its master at any time. If one command spell is what it takes to put a collar on him, then I consider it a fair trade. Yeah, if the others can rebel against their master, that would be kind of rough. That's about it for the broader strokes of this business. Once 7 servants have been summoned, the Holy Grail will begin. Tonight's sleep will be a fitful one. All right, and then we'll find out what happens next time. Thank you guys again, regarding voice acting and stuff, any voiceover stuff, if you got any hints, tips, tricks, any references to point me to. I got a nice comment from someone on the first video just saying keep on doing as is, and really appreciate that. But for anyone that knows better than me, I'm just an amateur just trying to do a little bit better. But this one was fun. We're starting to get into the thick of it, I feel like. I know we're still technically in the prologue, but it's cool. All right, I'll see you guys next time.